all started now. This day's a turning point in my life. The day I begin living my life from the inside out. And I am transformed. I am transformed.
Hello everyone, my name is Mirkovich and I'm here, your host for Family Today. This show is for everyone. It's for parents, grandparents, and young adults. How many of you would like to know about reconstructive therapy, re-educator therapy? And how many of you would like to pause and see this video? Thank you. And here with me is Dr. Emiliano Grossi, who will share about this reconstructive regeneration. If I said it correctly, I don't even know, but I'm sure he will correct me. Welcome.
Yeah,
thank
you very much.
Thank you.
Here in Italy.
Yes, we are here in Gaeta, Italy, and I'm having this wonderful interview with Dr. Emiliano Grossi.
Thank you very much.
And, go ahead.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this therapeutic method, which is a physical therapy method. It's called GPR, that stands for Global Postural Reeducation, and actually is a method that is born more than 30 years ago in France, which is called Rieducazione Posturale Globale. In Italian is Rieducazione Posturale Globale, and its creator is the Professor Suchard, which now teaches us this method in a lot of countries in the world.
Is he also Italian?
No, he's French. He's a French professor.
Excuse me.
And lives around the world actually, because now there are more about than 22,000 physical therapists already formed in this method. So it goes around the world, in all universities, because a lot of scientific evidence are coming out, and so a lot of scientific structure like university are interested in formation, yes, on the GPR. Yes, because it's a kind of has a lot of news inside this technique of how we treat patients. Because if you think, I'm going to simplify a lot the issue, but one of the main base concepts is globality.
On a global level.
Yeah, in a global level. So that means that when you try to correct a spine tract, for example, of a person, another tract probably will try to compensate. That means that if you have a stiffness problem and you try to correct that part without taking care of other parts of compensation, you probably will just bring the problem elsewhere. So that
very interesting.
For that
Say the sleeping problems, we had a little bit of noise here.
No, like a lot of problems can be.
So what would be the number one problem that you would detect, and you will see he needs the spinal or whatever? You know, I'm just talking to you.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not a doctor, so.
Yeah, there are two main families. The macroscopic problem, that means posture problem. So big alterations that you can see with your eyes, and you have to analyze them and possibly find the cause that caused the problem. For example, a postural problem can be caused by simply an ankle sprain. An ankle sprain can cause a patient to alterate some part of the body to compensate.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. So when after, let's say, 20 days, the ankle sprain is fine, maybe your shoulder can stay in that position. That is one of the simplest compensation, but you can find, for example, big postural alteration like in big pathology, which are, for example, scoliosis, or hyperkyphosis, or hyperlordosis, or a knee that is varum. A lot of postural alteration can be analyzed in a manner that you can find, if it's possible, the cause of the alteration. That can be, like the ankle sprain example, very far from the postural alteration that you find in a patient, even after 10 years after the ankle sprain.
So what would the people out there need to know and understand about this modality? What would they need to understand about this?
Yeah.
how could we understand this better? In simple terms.
Yeah. Well, that there are winner and loser structures in our body. Let's say that some muscle, for example, or other structure, just to simplify, they pull if they are stiff, and they lose if they are not well toned. So GPR main goal is to re-equilibrate the winner and loser tractions.
Balance it.
To rebalance the traction of these structures to balance the whole body. So the people after GPR normally they feel stronger and more flexible, which are two very important goals, which are well known also in scientific studies. We have seen that you don't need just to be stronger or just to be more flexible. You need to be balanced between these two characteristics. So GPR was born for this approach. And
so the doctor that came up with this study?
Yeah, it's a specialization after you finish the normal university course of physical therapy. There's a specialization which is 1 year. In Italy, for example, is a master specialization. It's a 1 year course with theory and practical part, and you come out with the base diploma of GPR. And then you can do a lot of more specialization. For example, for cervical spine, there's a specific course. For lumbar, for sport injuries, for example.
It's separate.
Yeah, it's a higher level formation.
Okay, so there's different levels of formation.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many people come to you and what type of patients come to you? I guess all over.
Yes, okay. I have my own clinic in Rome, Italy, and so I'm lucky also because I'm very central. But the people that come from for this treatment are people that suffer from discal hernia, for example.
Discal hernia?
Because discal hernia, one of the pathogenesis of the discal hernia can be the compression of the disc, of course. So if you can analyze what are the structures that made that compression, you can treat the patient not just for the pain, which is the the consequence of the compression, but you can decompress and take away the cause, the alteration of the compression itself.
So I believe you are in the midst of writing a book on this matter.
Yes, and it's actually an important chapter in one of the it's actually a second edition of a book that just came out last year. The author is Professor Leon Chaitov, which is a very famous professor, and he wrote this book with a lot of authors, and he asked me to write for the new edition where will come out next year. Yeah, a new edition, a full chapter on GPR. So I think it's important because in English-speaking countries there are not a lot of books. Actually, will be the first book in English.
And with this note, I would like to thank you very much.
Thank you very much to be here.
Yes, we are here in Gaeta, Italy, enjoying. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi. So Dr. Emilio works on the vertebrate column. His specialty is for temporomandibular joint dysfunction and also the knee. He also has a team of doctors, and one of them is his wife. I said before that he works in Rome, Italy. You will see his address and telephone number if you need to connect with him on the website. So, thank you.
La posizione seduta non è una posizione naturale per il corpo, per la colonna lombare soprattutto, ma per la colonna in generale. Questo perché l'uomo è nato quadrupede, è diventato in molti milioni di anni un bipede e adesso negli ultimi 200 anni e soprattutto negli ultimi 30-40 anni con l'informatizzazione si trova a dover star seduto per molte ore al giorno, ponendo la posizione della colonna in una posizione che comunque è innaturale. Ci sediamo male perché stiamo in piedi male. E mi spiego, molti muscoli quando siamo in piedi, in bipedia, caricando o camminando, possono, se non abbiamo una postura perfetta o se abbiamo delle piccole alterazioni di base, possono appunto accumulare delle alterazioni. In generale sono quasi sempre alterazioni verso l'accorciamento e verso la rigidità. Questa è una posizione seduta scorretta, perché abbiamo una colonna completamente arrotolata, in cifosi, in convessità, e quindi una sollecitazione su tutte le parti muscolari, discali e articolari che non dovrebbero subire il carico. Una soluzione semplice è quella di venire a sedere più dietro sulla sedia, quindi vieni a sedere il più che puoi. Benissimo, iniziare a cercare di ruotare il bacino per andare a cercare quelle due ossa, le tuberosità ischiatiche, il punto in cui il bacino dovrebbe appoggiare.
We are concluding this segment with these words. That was Dr. Emiliano Grossi. It was taken in Gaeta, Italy. His office is in Rome, Italy, and you could take a look at his website, which we're going to post on at the end of the segment. And what I took away from Dr. Grossi was to be a postural re-education and to be in alignment with your body, also how to sit, how to stand. In other words, to be conscious of your body. That's what I got away from him on a different level. I took it, but he has a lot to share. So take a look at his website. There in Gaeta, Italy was excellent. It was beautiful. The weather was beautiful. The water was very clear. I urge everyone to go and to have a beautiful, wonderful vacation. And I thank Emilio Grossi for having this interview with me. It was a pleasure. I urge you to look at his website. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
It all started